crews were called to the scene where the workers were inside the concrete tank. The two men could not be reached by co-workers. The men were unresponsive as crews tried to rescue them.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Let's get to Boss Watch, folks. Every week, bosses break the law, endanger their workers, steal from their employees, and we're going to tell you about it. Over in Florida, the U.S. Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration cited 2 event production companies following an inspection concerning an October 2024 employee fatality. Stage FX Incorporated and James Thomas Productions were cited with serious violations for allegedly failing to maintain structural stability during the erection of a stage and failing to provide proper employee training on the associated hazards. James Thomas Productions paid $19,860 to address the violations, while Stage FX has contested the findings before the Independent Occupational Safety and Health Review Commission. McKenna Schuler included more details in her reporting on the tragedy for the Orlando Weekly. Recommend checking that out. In Alabama, Transtar rail worker Michael Dwayne Townsend, 39, died from blunt force injuries after being hit by a rail car in an accident that occurred around 11 p.m. on Monday last week in Fairfield, Alabama. AL.com reports that he leaves behind 4 children and that only a year ago his wife passed away. A GoFundMe for the 4 children has raised $36,000 as of Saturday morning, June 21st. If you would like to donate, you can do so by Googling the title of the fundraiser, Help Michael's Children After Tragedy GoFundMe. If you Google that, it'll be the first link that comes up. You can also follow the link if you're reading the newsletter. Railroad Workers United, RWU, a cross-craft caucus of union railroad workers, sent out a notice about his death and included some more details, some more information that AL.com didn't have, like a statement from the company Transtar, which said, "We are investigating the incident and are cooperating with investigations by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board. Due to the nature of the ongoing investigations, we will not be commenting further on the incident." RWU also noted that Transtar, which operates 7 railroads serving U.S. steel facilities, was sold by the steelmaker to Fortress Transportation in 2021. This is an outsourcing thing. This has been something we've been coming back to a lot this show. Its Fairfield Southern Railroad provides in-plant rail service for U.S. Steel's Fairfield Works, located approximately 10 miles west of Birmingham. RWU encouraged people to double their resolve to build a safer workplace where such tragedies are not so commonplace, and to commit yourself to following up on how and why our brother was killed. What is the behind-the-scenes story? What role did unsafe conditions, including short staffing, crew fatigue, and inadequate training or deferred maintenance or other factors play in this worker's death? They also encourage folks to get involved in the national movement against Blame the Worker behavior-based safety programs. Help build real union-based safety committees and programs that focus on hazard elimination and do not ignore the underlying cause of accidents, injuries, and fatalities sustained on the job. For more information, see the RWU webpage entitled Oppose Behavior-Based Safety. You can also take part in the RWU annual Railroad Workers Memorial Day each April 28th. For more information, you can see RWU webpage Fallen Rails.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Workers die on the job every day in the United States. We just talked about 2 of those stories. 100 workers every single week. Frustratingly, most of those deaths are preventable. but they are often not even investigated due to underfunding at OSHA, and often the community doesn't even know what's happened. Even though OSHA is more hamstrung than it's ever been before, there is sometimes a small news story whenever somebody dies at work, because it is such a terrible thing to happen in a community. On the Confined Space newsletter set up by Jordan Barab, a former OSHA official, they compile as many news stories on worker deaths as they can find every week. In addition to this newsletter, they regularly host commentary and analysis pieces about labor and workplace safety. You can find it all at jordanbarab.com/confined space. This week, they found 16 stories of deaths on the job, including 8 from the South. A couple of lowlights in Parker County, Texas. 2 workers died after getting stuck in an underground water tank in Parker County on Friday, according to the firefighters and the sheriff's office. Initial call details indicated that the 2 men who had been performing maintenance on the tank could not be reached by coworkers. The men were unresponsive as crews tried to rescue them, authorities said. Parker County ESD1 said in a news release that its crews were called shortly before 5 p.m. to the scene, where the workers were inside the concrete tank in a below-grade space or trench. In Riceville, North Carolina, a member of the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department died in a line-of-duty accident, according to a June 14th Buncombe County news release. The release said the death occurred during a training exercise serious accident involving an all-terrain vehicle in Montreat. 2 other members of the department were transported for medical treatment, according to the news release. Violet Caramella, a firefighter and advanced emergency medical technician for the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department, was involved in the accident. Caramella, who had been with the Riceville Department for a year and also served with the Skyland Fire Department, succumbed to her injuries despite life-saving efforts from fellow firefighters and emergency personnel. We'll wrap up with Union Busters. This segment of Boss Watch covers national updates and is sponsored by Labor Lab. Labor Lab is an employer watchdog organization. They are committed to safeguarding the right to organize through unions, collective bargaining, and mutual aid. They do this by combing through reports that Union Busters are required to file with the Department of Labor. Here are the new filings from this week. Premier Brands of America in New York hired Johan Pena. Pena apparently used to be an organizer for Unite Here. Workers did lose that union election 15-25. Canadian Solar U.S. Modular Manufacturing Corporation in Texas also hired Johan Pena. In addition, the following filings were amended. JV Employee Solutions amended their LM20 for Corewell Health to add a compensation rate, and MSC Labor Relations and Legislative Consulting amended their filing for CLACA FMGM to add their written contract as an attachment. As a reminder, due to a lack of enforcement, some labor relations consultants may disregard the law and fail to report their activities to the U.S. Department of Labor. Therefore, it's crucial for organizers and workers to report suspected persuader activity to the U.S. Department of Labor's Office of Labor Management Standards, OLMS. It's crucial for organizers and workers to report that behavior. You can reach the department via email at olms-public@dol.gov by calling 202-693-0123 or by contacting your nearest OLMS office. If you need assistance with that, you can contact Labor Lab at contact@laborlab.us. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.